Anastasia, and this is Cozy Corner, a place for me to talk about life and feelings and art and anything else on my mind. So grab a drink and get cozy, and we'll begin. Hi everyone, I am back. I'm here. Last week was a bit of a heavy podcast about toxic friendships, but this one's going to be a bit more lighthearted. I just wanted to catch up with you and just chat and probably ramble. And also, I asked you for assumptions that you have made about me so I can read them out and go through them. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Nice and chatty. I know the world is feeling pretty heavy at the moment. When is it not, honestly, the past few years? But I just thought I would take this time to just talk about other light-hearted stuff. And I hope this podcast serves as a welcome distraction if you're stressed right now. So let's begin. I hope you're doing well. I just had the cutest day ever. Me and my boyfriend went out for a drive, popped to see my mum because she's in our little bubble because she lives alone. And it was actually sunny and slightly warm for the first time in ages. I wore sunglasses for the first time this year, today, on the 15th of March. And the clouds were all fluffy and the sky was blue and we had some really nice music on and we were dancing and we had a little drive-through coffee. It was just lovely and exactly what I needed. Obviously things are quite limited here in the UK at the moment, but within the constraints of that, it was a really lovely day. I've also been feeling really nice the past few days because I launched some new stuff on my store and I am so pleased with it. I tried some new stuff out, so I'm doing transparent stickers now and glittery stickers. And I've never done either of those things before. So super excited about that. And it just feels so good to be making stuff again and making stuff that I don't know, I feel so excited about, and seems like some of you are really excited about it too. And it's nice to feel alive creatively, if that makes sense. Right, here I have the little assumptions you sent me, and I'm going to read through a few of them and let you know if they are true or not. I've seen a few other people do this on like Instagram stories and YouTube and stuff, and I just think it's a cute idea. And to see what you all think I'm like, I don't know, it was really lovely, and thank you for thinking nice things about me. I am touched and honoured. So the first one I got is, you talk to your plants. Do I talk to my plants? Sometimes I do, or I just feel so affectionate towards them rather than talk to them. I know my dad definitely talks to his plants and he asks them how they're doing and he tells me they do talk back sometimes, but I've not quite reached that level of like plant god yet. So the next assumption is that I love cute stuff. I do love cute stuff, and do you know what? I've stopped myself from buying so many teddy bears and plushies because I absolutely love them, but I don't want anyone to judge me. I don't know who would, and if they did judge me, who cares? But I absolutely love cute stuff, and although I don't show it or I don't have many things around me that are cute, I really like anything cute. Cute animals. Animals that look like loaves of bread is one of my favourite things in the world. I love cute films. I love cute, just everything. So yes, true, I do love cute stuff. This one made me laugh. It says, you're a sourdough bread fan with a sad face. Why the sad face? And I'm really not. I really don't like sourdough. I know it's quite weird, but I really like soft, squishy bread. So if a bread is too hard or too tough, it sort of hurts my mouth and I get like a sensory overload of hard bread. So yeah, not a sourdough bread fan. That one is wrong. Another one says, you love doing collabs and want to do more. I do really like doing collabs, but I also am quite independent in the fact that I love just working with myself because you don't have like the expectation of another person. You're not letting anyone else down. So in terms of that, I would say that I do like collabs, but I don't enjoy them as much as working on my own, just because I don't want to let someone down. And the pressure of like being good enough to collab with someone else, and that pressure, it does get to me. So I'm happy with the amount of collabs I do now. When I do them, they're with people that I really feel comfortable with. And because of that, I feel like the work that comes out of it is even better because I love it. And, you know, I fully support that person I'm collabing with, and it's like a mutual respect. Next up, You can get very anxious. This is true. I am like either not anxious at all or very, 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 very anxious. There's no in between. I worry all the time. I overthink all the time. I'm even overthinking like, how do I sound now? Is this boring? Is this interesting? I always overthink everything and I can definitely get very anxious. Next up, your favourite cheese is feta or halloumi. And, is it? I think I prefer a blue cheese, actually. I like stinky old cheeses. And although I do like feta and halloumi, I will not say that they're my favourites. I'm loving how varied these assumptions are, by the way. This one says, you are a very private and quiet person. Yes, this is true. I am private, and although I share a lot online, there's also a lot that I don't share, and I like to keep a lot of my life very private. And I would say I'm very, very quiet. Even though I might not come across that way, I think I'm quite good at faking extrovertedness, but really I'm big time quiet and pretty inside my head most of the time, which isn't always a bad thing. Next one is, you are vegan. I'm not. I just eat whatever I want to eat with absolutely no restrictions, and that's what works for me. I could never judge anyone on the diet they choose or what they want to eat, and I kind of expect anyone to have that same respect for me. When I spoke previously about not being vegan, some people have been really like, but you were before, and like a bit judgmental. And to me, food is such a personal thing and can be such a triggering thing for so many people. And when people express like judgment on other people's diet choices, I don't have any time for that. Like, I do not judge you, don't judge me. This is just how I want to live. So yeah, I'm out here eating it all, whatever I fancy. You don't like milk. I don't mind milk. I get milk delivered actually. So rather than buying it like in the plastic carton, I get it every week. Oat milk and then cow's milk. And they come in these glass bottles which are then recycled and reused. If anyone wants to know where I get it from, it's a place called Milk and More, and in the UK they deliver all around. I really recommend it. And I also like the fact that it's not plastic. You had a hard time in high school. So, high school I think is college in the UK. But I did actually have a hard time in high school. So when I was in high school or college, I was kind of getting bullied a little bit, and I had a lot of problems at home because my grandma was going through dementia, and that was a really stressful time. And I used to always skive photography lessons. Like, I really didn't like the teacher at all. He was a bit of a bully too, to be honest, and he used to be really nasty to me at some point. So I'd go sit in the girls' toilets on my own, or I would go to the art department and just, even though it wasn't my lesson, I would just sit in there and create a bit and just use the supplies, and it was kind of like my saviour. And when I really got into art, because I was so stressed out in every other part of my life, that I just had this sort of sanctuary where I could go to and express myself. So yeah, I would say I had a difficult time. It wasn't a very nice time, but I look back now and I would love to do it again and kind of maybe just care less what other people think. But yeah, you are right. I did have a hard time in high school. You don't want to be famous. That is true. I do not want to be famous. I think being famous in this day and age just seems like the most stressful thing, doesn't it? What I would like is for my work to reach more people so I could potentially help more people, and for it to be as accessible as possible. So less about me and more about the work. That would be way more preferable over being famous. You only read crime books. I do read a lot of crime-related books and a lot of sort of psychological horror-y type books, but not only crime books. So I would say that is like a preferred genre for me, but I enjoy reading lots of things, and in recent years I've tried to kind of branch out and read different kinds of stories. I just generally love reading. Just in general. Love reading anything. If I can get into it, it doesn't really matter what the subject is. You're a hard worker. Am I a hard worker? I think I am. Especially when it's something that I'm invested in, like my own projects or my own business. And I'm a hard worker because I feel passionate about it. So it doesn't feel like hard work. It just feels like I'm doing something I love. When I was at college, and when I was going through that hard time, I used to spend so much time on my art coursework that I would stay up till like 4 a.m, sleep for a few hours, then go to college. Like if I had a deadline, I would just power through the night and get it done because I loved it so much. So I've kind of carried through that work ethic into my business now, but I will say sometimes that's not healthy. Sometimes it's good if you kind of balance life out more, but that's just how I am. And we're all different with how we work. So yeah, I'm kind of happy that I'm like that, just naturally, about things that I feel passionate about. You're not frequently angry. No, I really don't find it easy to get angry, and it's not an emotion that I regularly feel or use. I don't really know why. Neither of my parents are really like that. I think I get more upset than angry. You know when like you should be angry but you are just crying? That is me. You are sensitive and strong at the same time. I would say yes. I'll give myself a bit of respect. Shout out to myself. I am stronger than I think, and I've shown that. And also I am very sensitive, but I think those things can exist together. Your love language is quality time, acts of service. Definitely. I really appreciate that quality time with someone that you love. And I love acting in a loving way to the people that I love. I love showing it. But I also really like gifting. And I know some people feel uncomfortable when they get like too many gifts and stuff. I had a friend tell me once, like, you have to stop sending me cards because I've got like 50 for no reason. It's not even my birthday. But I really like giving people treats and boxes of stuff and giving them little gifts and surprises. So quality time and also that kind of like gifting things. But things that mean something, not just gifting for like shallow reasons. You're the kind of person who loves swimming. I see you in the ocean in the sun. So funny story, but I actually I'm like terrible at swimming, and I've always been bad at it, and I have no confidence in water. Like, it really, really terrifies me. I've always felt like this, and then a few years ago I went on a holiday with people I didn't really know that well for a hen party, and one of the hen party attendees dragged me by my foot into the sea. And I was like shouting at her, like, please stop, like, I've told you I'm scared. She knew I was scared, but obviously she didn't think it was that bad. And yeah, that definitely developed a bit of a deeper phobia for me because the water was in my face and I was like panicking and shouting and she wouldn't stop and she thought it was funny, and it was a pretty traumatic ocean experience. So after that, my confidence has been like at an all-time low with swimming. But a few years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, I went to Greece on my own and I was there for like a month and a half, and I went off to a Greek island to just give myself like a little holiday within a holiday. And was staying at this amazing hotel and right near the beach, and every morning I would walk past the beach. So every morning for like 10 days, I would jump in the sea, the sun was coming down, and I would do things on my terms. So I wouldn't go out further than I felt comfortable, and I could still feel the ground. And to most people, it was probably like nothing. But to me, it was this massive step of doing things for myself, and I really, really enjoyed it. In fact, after that experience, I really missed that beach in particular and just chilling in the waves. I'd get out of the sea, go sit on my sun lounger, and then have like a little Greek salad and a smoothie. It was blissful, and I cannot wait to go back. You hate confrontation. I do, but sometimes it's necessary, and I'm definitely a person who can't keep something inside. So if something's bothering me, I do have to just let it all out and kind of express that. And sometimes, obviously, that leads to a confrontation, but I'd rather have that than suppress how I'm feeling. So I'm not saying I like confrontation, but I'm also aware that sometimes I need that to move past something. You write poems. I do write poems, and I can't wait to record some, like as a spoken word thing, do a bit of a video. Poetry is something I'm so secretly passionate about, but I'm also terrified to share it with you because there'll be no image alongside it. Do you know what I mean? Usually I write words, but then they've got like art around them, but poetry seems so vulnerable because it's just words. But yeah, who knows? Maybe soon I can share some with you. I did do a zine actually not so long ago with like 10 little poems in there, but I didn't even feel good enough to call them poems because to me they're just bits of writing, but I was really proud of that and I can't wait to do more. Sometimes I just get words in my head, like they just pop up and sentences form, and I don't know, I really need to start writing everything down because sometimes my brain just makes poetry. I know that sounds like a brag, but it's not. It's weird. It's weird. Does anyone else feel like that? You wish you could quit social media, but it's a great business tool. Yes. True, but I would also miss you all too much. You know, there's such a nice community around my work. I don't know how I've been blessed with such kind people, but I feel like I would miss that so much. Obviously, social media is great for my business, and without it, I wouldn't have the job I'm doing now, but you all make it worth it for me. I like social media because it connects me to you, not just because it gives me a job. You once had a teenage crisis and went blonde for a week. It was actually a 20s crisis, thank you very much, and I went blonde for a year? I don't know. It was definitely longer than a week, and I did like it, but it fried my hair, and my hair was feeling like spaghetti in the shower. You're an introvert, definitely. Yes, yes, yes. But like I've said, I'm very good at faking not being one, and people are often surprised to know I'm an introvert because I can come across as so confident, but I'm just a good actress. I definitely am an introvert. I also really like to accommodate people. So at my workshop and stuff, I like to be confident because it makes other people feel more confident and gives people that kind of courage to speak up. So I'm glad I have that skill because I think it's good for making people feel like welcome, I guess. Last one, you were a socially awkward teenager. Do you know what? I think I was probably more confident then than I am now, because then when you're a teenager, you're just like, nothing really matters. You don't really think so much. Now I think way too much. So I think I'm probably more socially awkward now than I was as a teenager. Anyway, thank you for sending me those assumptions. That was really fun, and I just thought it would be fun to read through them. And yeah, I'm just feeling chilling. I am chilling and feeling chill. And that was really nice. This was really nice to catch up with you. And thank you for always wanting to ask me stuff and being so cute. So a few little things before I go. You know, I like to do a little Instagram shout out. And this week I want to shout out my friend Meg. So Meg's Instagram is Meg Garrod Art. So that's MEGGARROD.art. If you go into my following, I'm not following that many people, so you can find Meg on there. And she makes this beautiful, bold, colourful, inclusive artwork about body positivity. Funny story, but I actually have known Meg since she was at college, the college I went to. Meg is 22, so a bit younger than me, and I went to do a talk at my old college. Meg was there, just loved her from the start. And it's amazing because she's created this online presence that's so positive and so beautiful, and she is stunning. I love her style. I love everything about her. I've known her like when she was doing work at college to now. It's such an amazing evolution, and I'm so proud of her for starting her own store. And yeah, Meg is wonderful. So please go support her and say I sent you, and shower her with all the love because she really deserves it. Love Meg. So on the subject of, body positivity, and with things going on recently in the UK especially, I want this week's prompt to be safe. What makes you feel safe? How would you respond to that prompt creatively? If you don't know what's going on in the UK, I don't want to mention it now because I don't want to trigger anyone, but there's just been a lot of bad news, and it's been a rough news week this past week. So yeah, safe. What does that mean to you? What does that sound like to you? What does that look like to you? As always, thank you for listening. Please leave a little Apple Podcasts iTunesy review if you did enjoy this, because it really helps me. Or just send me an email. I know I'm a broken record and I always say it, but every time I get an email about the podcast, I'm like, ooh, someone loved it. So if you got this far and you're hearing this, send me a little hello. I will reply to you. I am here awaiting your mail. And that's it for today. This was just a big old chat. I love you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being you. And I will see you soon for the next episode. Bye for now.